The street is not a place to grow. Too often the term street children brings to the mind the picture of children begging for alms or cleaning windshields of cars in return for a tip or a handout. For many of these children, survival is the watchword. We take a look at the plight of street children on International Street Children's Day.
I let it inspire me that they should help the poor and the needy in the society.
It's not always that I have money, but when I have enough, I can give to a street child.
Streetism is a broad term used to project the desperate and often harrowing situation of children who are forced to spend most of their lives outside their homes, engaging in menial income-generating activities and begging in order to make a living, and often having to brace unpredictable odds of a cruel weather to sleep rough on the streets. As it is in most African countries, childbearing is considered an indispensable aspect of marriage. In all of this lies the problem of children living on the streets without the benefit of supervision by an adult. First and foremost, the issue of poverty immediately comes to mind when we set our sights on street children. Poverty is inextricably linked to streetism in that poverty sets the tone for parental neglect. UNICEF explains the term street child as one whose reference point is the street, where the street plays a central role in their lives and where they find solace. It is estimated that Ghana has an average of 90,000 children on the streets. A large number of street children are in central Accra, Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Kumasi and Tamale. Their ages range between 3 and 18 years. Most of these children are lured from the rural areas by the bright lights of the big cities and a plush urban lifestyle they imagine, but end up disappointed. The females end up becoming kayaye or worse, sex workers. The boys usually end up as truck pushers or more seriously, petty thieves or criminals. Long working hours, chronic persistent hunger, sexual abuse, drug abuse are some common problems they face on the streets. Louis Ejipong has been in the streets for over 5 years. He tells us his story.
After my junior high school, my grandma couldn't send me to senior high school. That's why I came here.
The other ones who have stayed on the streets longer are called coaches. These coaches are the school prefects or head leaders of the streets and sometimes double as pimps to the females. Salome Delali Atigla is the founder of Cherish a Child Foundation, an NGO working to get children off the streets.
This is not just the work of the government, and it's not just the work of the institutions assigned to do it. If everyone is taking one of the street children as a child they want to adapt, not to stay with them, but to mentor, we will get all these children with time. We'll get them off the street.
We must mention that the love of adventure and earning of personal income exerts a huge influence on the minds of these children. Like many other social problems, streetism can be controlled.
Still on International Street Child Day, Cherish a Child Foundation today took to the streets of Accra to feed the less privileged children.
The population of street children keeps rising every day. Some children, as early as 12 years, are found begging on the street. These children undertake these activities at the peril of their lives, as they are often knocked down by rushing vehicles. On International Day for Street Children, world leaders are encouraged to pay attention to the plight of the street child. This is what informed Cherish a Child Foundation in collaboration with the Tamagan Ladies Association to vet street children in some parts of Accra. President of the Ghana Ladies Association, Mrs. Abigail Otu Taria, appealed to the government to initiate policies that will help curb the street child menace.
Some of them are willing to go home, so we'll start with those who are willing to go home, and then with those who are not ready to, we'll just counsel them. We'll just let them know it's not safe on the streets.